So we're like 3 days into the national conference, and it's the worship night. And I'm really tired. Conferences are tired, but I'm like really tired. My body is tired. I don't want to be there, and I'm late. And I don't really want to be there. I don't like being late, but I show up anyways. It's like one of those obligation things, but I know I need to be there. So I go kind of sneak in, and I go and stand on the right side, out of the way, away from anybody I know. And I stand there and put my hand in my pocket and lean up against the wall. And I'm kind of watching everybody worship. And pretty soon after I get there, the worship leader is like, I don't normally do this, but I think it's time for a ministry moment. And they say, I think that there's some pastors, lead pastors, who are feeling lonely. So I want you to do something brave. Raise your hand if you're feeling lonely. And I'm already starting to feel like emotion come up into my eyes. But I kind of squash it right away. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not raising my hand. I don't want to do that. And then there's this cynical voice inside of me that says like, yeah, sure, all pastors are lonely, right? I'm sure that was from the Lord. And I'm like, all right, stop being a jerk. Don't be like that. Just let everybody else get prayed for. And so I watched that happen. They move on to a song, and I don't think I've ever heard that song before. And it was talking about lifting up worship to God, lifting our hands. And at some point between like the first verse into the chorus, I go from having my hand in my pocket and I'm on the ground. And I'm bent over and my head is pressed into the carpet. And I'm not emotional at this point. It's just like I can feel the weight of the glory of God. It's not a new thing for me, but I was like, dang. So I try to get up a couple times and I just can't. And so I'm in this moment and I feel like a poke in my ribs from a tiny finger, which is like really bad etiquette in a worship night. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I feel this tiny hand on my back. And then it's just this ripple of power from this tiny hand just starts crashing from that hand into my head, back and forth. And I'm rocked back to the night before Father's Day, which was before the conference. And that night, everyone else in the house was asleep. And I was getting ready to leave to come to the conference. And there was some leadership decisions that I have to make. I'm a lead pastor and some other things, and a father, and I was just feeling extremely alone. And everyone's asleep, and I'm just weeping in bed and feeling like nobody understands, and that it's always gonna be that way. And that's just how it is. And it's not gonna get better. And I'm there, and I'm really in this kind of place of pain, and I'm sobbing. And there is this child's hand on my back. And I would guess probably a child about 4 years old. And as this child is there, just this hand on my back, I'm just feeling God speak to me. And what he says is, I had to send a child to you for you to believe that you're not alone. You're not alone then, and you're not alone now. And I was just humbled in that moment. And just the arrogance of believing that I understood that as a leader, that's the way it's supposed to be. That it has to be that way. That God would humble me through a child. But the reason why I'm actually sharing this story is not that. It was beautiful, right? But normally I treasure those moments. I kind of keep them to myself. The reason why I actually share this is what happens next. Because it's a beautiful moment, but what happens next is I hear this little voice and I hear, Mom, why is this man crying? And at some point, the mom had realized, because this child had seen me, and instead of interrupting this child, she had come and sat down next to her and started to teach her how to minister, how to pray, how to love. Now, mom could have interrupted her child, could have pulled her away. And I have no idea because I'm bent over what's happening. But I start hearing this and I'm just laughing and crying as this weight is coming off of me. And I'm hearing all of this. And I'm like being ministered and hearing this mother teach the next generation, a 4-year-old or 5-year-old, I have no idea how to do this. And it's just this beautiful, beautiful moment of who we are as a vineyard. And then I get up and Julie Yoder preaches exactly about this. And I know, okay, I gotta tell people about this. I gotta share that I believe as a vineyard that the future of our movement is in really good, tiny little hands.